Greetings, seekers of the truth and lovers of the extraordinary. Welcome back to the Grand Theatre of Mr. Magazine, the only digital sanctuary where we do not merely report the news, we dissect the very soul of stardom. I am your host, the archivist of fame's fleeting moments and eternal truths. Today, we stand before a story that feels like a seismic shift in the tectonic plates of the Turkish entertainment industry. We are talking about a couple who have long danced on the razor's edge of privacy and publicity, two titans of the screen who have guarded their hearts behind high walls of discretion. I speak, of course, of the ethereal Hande Erçel and the charismatic Kerem Bürsin. For months, perhaps years, they have played a game of shadows, but today, the lights have been turned on. A stolen photograph, a passionate embrace in a crowded room, and a subsequent confession that can only be described as a manifesto of the heart. I am head over heels in love. Today, we unravel the night the secrecy ended and the legend began. But before we step into this whirlwind of romance, ensure your allegiance to the truth is recorded. Press that like button to cast your vote for love, subscribe to Mr. Magazine to ensure you never miss a revelation, and for those who wish to be the executive producers of our narrative, the Join button awaits your patronage. Your support allows us to speak when others are silenced. Now, let us analyze the kiss heard around the world. To understand the magnitude of this event, one must first appreciate the context of the Hande phenomenon. For what feels like an eternity in the fast-paced world of show business, Hande Erçel and Kerem Bürsin have operated under a strict code of omerta regarding their private affections. They have been the masters of the just friends defense, the architects of ambiguity. They have navigated press junkets with rehearsed smiles and deflected personal inquiries with the skill of seasoned diplomats. This discretion was not merely a preference. It was a fortress built to protect something fragile from the harsh glare of public scrutiny. But as the poets often say, love and a cough cannot be hidden forever. The fortress fell, not with a bang, but with a camera flash, on a seemingly ordinary evening that has now etched itself into the annals of celebrity history. The setting was a venue teeming with life, a microcosm of the city's vibrant social scene. It was meant to be a brief respite, a stolen hour of normalcy amidst the crushing weight of their respective work schedules. Witnesses describe the atmosphere as electric yet comfortable. The couple was there, not as the superstars who command millions of followers, but as two weary souls seeking solace in each other's presence. And it was in this unguarded moment, surrounded by the hum of conversation and the clinking of glasses, that they forgot the world was watching. The image that surfaced on social media was not a posed publicity still. It was raw, grainy, and undeniably authentic. It captured Hande Erçel and Kerem Bürsin in a moment of profound intimacy, a kiss. But it was not merely the physical act that captivated the millions who viewed it, it was the body language. It was the way the rest of the room seemed to blur into insignificance, leaving only the two of them in sharp focus. It was a snapshot of vulnerability. As they exited the venue, the pretense of colleagues was entirely abandoned. Usually, when confronted by the paparazzi lens after a private outing, celebrities resort to the separate exit strategy or the stoic walk to the car. Not this time. Hande and Kerem emerged not concealing their closeness, but wearing it like a badge of honor. The initial surprise of seeing the cameras, a flicker of recognition in their eyes, did not morph into annoyance or panic. Instead, it dissolved into smiles. There was a defiance in their joy. Hande, in particular, was seen hugging her partner, a gesture that signaled safety and possession. It was as if they had collectively decided, in that split second, that they were done running. The photograph became an instant icon, a visual testament that the era of hiding was officially over. If the photograph was the earthquake, the subsequent statement was the tsunami. In the immediate aftermath of the leak, the digital sphere descended into chaos. Questions multiplied like a virus. Was this a PR stunt? Was it a momentary lapse in judgment? How would they spin this? Hande Erçel, facing an exponential rise in speculation, chose the path of radical honesty. She did not issue a press release through a lawyer. She did not post a cryptic quote on Instagram. Instead, she spoke to her inner circle, and her words resonated through the gossip columns with the clarity of a bell. I'm head over heels in love. Let us pause and deconstruct this phrase. She did not say, "We are dating." She did not say, "We are seeing where it goes." She used the language of total immersion. Head over heels implies a loss of control, a surrender to the emotion. It is a phrase rarely used by celebrities who are calculating their brand value. It is the language of a woman who has found her sanctuary. This declaration was a masterstroke of emotional intelligence. By owning the narrative so completely, she stripped the tabloids of their power. There was no scandal to uncover because she had already confessed to the crime of being in love. She displayed an open, sincere attitude that stood in stark contrast to the manufactured personas often seen in the industry. She was not hiding, she was celebrating. And what of the man in the frame? Kerem Bürsin, known for his gentlemanly demeanor and his protective instincts, has often been the silent guardian of their privacy. Sources close to the actor report that his reaction to the leaked photos and Hande's subsequent declaration was one of immense pride. It is rumored that Kerem was very pleased with Hande's outburst. For a man who values authenticity, seeing his partner claim their relationship so publicly was likely a moment of validation. Insiders suggest that while Bürsin has historically preferred to keep the sanctity of his home life separate from his work, he did not hold back in this relationship. He respected Hande's agency and her feelings. His demeanor in the days following the incident has been described as calmer and more balanced. There is a serenity that comes with truth. The energy he radiates is no longer that of a man guarding a secret, but of a man who has secured his future. It is said that he has been Hande's rock during times of intense criticism, providing her with a safe harbor amidst the storms of their demanding filming schedules and the relentless pressure of public expectation. This relationship, sources claim, means much more to him than a simple romance. It is a partnership of equals. This radical shift from secrecy to transparency brings up a fascinating debate about the nature of modern celebrity, and I need your voice in this discussion. Do you believe that celebrities owe the public the truth about their relationships? Or is that the mystery part of the allure? Does Hande's confession make you respect her more, or do you miss the days of speculation? I want you to pause the video right now, scroll down, and leave your thoughts. Are you team privacy or team public declaration? And remember, if you want to support independent, nuanced journalism like this, clicking the Join button is the single best way to keep Mr. Magazine on the air. The reaction from the public was nothing short of a digital standing ovation. Hande Erçel's declaration, "I'm so in love," became a rallying cry for fans who had weathered the storms of her past disappointments. Thousands of comments flooded social media platforms, applauding her brave and honest attitude. The narrative shifted overnight. Previous detractors who had labeled their interactions as distant, cold, or a publicity stunt were silenced. The professionalists, critics who analyze every move for marketing strategy, were forced to concede that this level of raw emotion could not be manufactured. The romantics, meanwhile, felt vindicated. Comments such as "It's heartwarming, she said it all in 2 words," and "brave and authentic" garnered thousands of likes. Fans interpreted her open expression of love as a sign of supreme self-confidence. They saw a woman who was no longer afraid to be vulnerable. The consensus was clear. Kerem Bürsin and Hande Erçel's energies do not just match, they complement each other in a way that suggests longevity. Why did this happen now? Why, after so much effort to conceal it, did they allow the mask to slip? Gossip circles suggest a fatigue with the double life. The psychological toll of constantly checking for cameras, of leaving venues separately, of lying in interviews, is immense. Hande's statement reveals that she has reached a point of acceptance. She is no longer afraid to live her life. This transition from secret lovers to power couple is a critical juncture. It suggests that they are making plans for the future. Although there is no official statement regarding marriage or engagement, whispers in the industry suggest they are adjusting their schedules to maximize their time together. There is even talk of openness to joint projects, not as a marketing ploy, but because they simply prefer to be in each other's orbit. With these developments, a new chapter has opened in the gossip columns. The story is no longer "are they or aren't they?" It is now "how far will they go?" The days of love between Hande Erçel and Kerem Bürsin continue unabated, but the dynamic has changed. A stolen kiss, a brief declaration, and the subsequent huge reaction have solidified their status as the industry's golden couple. This story is sure to generate buzz for a long time because it taps into a universal truth. Sometimes, the most impactful headlines come from the shortest, most sincere words. Hande Erçel did not need a press conference. She did not need a magazine cover. She just needed the truth. And in a world of smoke and mirrors, the truth is the most powerful weapon of all. So, as we watch this couple walk hand in hand, ignoring the stares and enjoying their evening, we are witnessing more than just a date. We are witnessing a liberation. That brings us to the end of this special report. What a journey it has been! If you felt the spark of this romance through the screen, please show some love by liking this video and sharing it with your fellow fans. Let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you are the first to know when the next chapter of this love story is written. And a massive, heartfelt thank you to our Join members. You are the heartbeat of Mr. Magazine. Until next time, stay passionate, stay true, and keep watching. This is Mr. Magazine, signing off.